Welcome back and thank you for continuing to tune into the Sentinel. I'm still with two gentlemen, John Abdul Waka and Eugene Mshai, who are both authors and motivational speakers from Moi University. When we went for a break, we said we'll come back and talk about the challenges that you face as authors and motivational speakers, as well as the challenges that you go through as youth as well. So before we talk about that, I want to take you back to the issue of exam and exam cheating, and there's a rumor that maybe the ones who did last year the examinations, they will have to do some merit exam so they join the university. What's your take on that?
Okay, my take on that is it's good, but remember, still, if they ever did the same in KCSE exams, they still do the same in the university. Nothing is wrong. It's about integrity, nothing else. It's the people who are involved in the exams department should be very clean in whatever they are doing. They are doing a disservice to the next generation because they are not building them, but they are destroying them. These are youngsters who need to be built at every stage. When we are running, we are not running. We should not be running from the problems that we have. We should solve it at the level of the KCSE level, because you are still bringing the same exam in the university, and they will copy because these are people who are dealing with the exams, and they will give it out the same they are doing in KCSE. Yes.
Okay, let's talk about how you do this. You are a writer or a motivational speaker. It's a workload. And you are a student also, so how do you juggle all this writing, having time for that, and still pursuing whatever course you are pursuing?
Good. So, as a motivational speaker, or as a writer, or as a person in any field, any talent, any skill, you notice that we have a lot of time during the day, or at least we have 24 hours, which cannot take just one activity. I'll go to class for like 4 hours each day, and probably do something related to student leadership for like 3 hours or 4 hours a day. Then I'll have my personal time. So instead of watching movies the rest of the time until up to the night and what have you, probably will spare 2 hours for entertainment and 2 hours for personal development. That is when I'll get time for writing, reading more and more, because for you to be a good writer, you need to read more and more. You need to equip your mind with a lot of knowledge and skill and the right words to tell the right people at the right time. So we just manage time. Yes, and it is available.
All right. Let me shift focus to our backgrounds, and I noticed that and the blurb of your book, John, they say that you are an orphan, and so does our background does it affect our success story?
Okay, what I will say is this: our background, life does not determine our success story. It is the focus that we have in life. I will give a story of mine that I lost my dad when immediately I finished my KCSE exams. That's when he died on 25th of December 2013. That was a Christmas date, and it was so sad. But after that, I came to understand that life indeed is really in problem, because he was our source, breadwinner. And at that point, I also passed my exams, and I received my calling letter to Moi University. But remember, I had no fees.
You are a partial or a total offer?
Yeah, partial. Okay. And my mom is at Marsabit, and but she's having no job. She's just doing a business a bit to feed us. But after that, I never got fees to go to my university. There's something that came into my mind that I'm not going to achieve my academic dream after here. That's when I lost hope. But there's a madam known as Madam Winnie from her two organization, and the full team of her two organization who were mentoring me. And after that, I got the hope, and now they are sponsoring me. It was not even an application. It was just an offer that they gave me because of what I was doing in writing and motivating other people. It is my focus in giving back to the community that gave back,
That gave you a chance.
gave me a chance for a scholarship in that organization. And up to date, I'm part of it. And that is the focus in life that you have, that you are going to be a winner, and you are a winner, and you're never going to lose hope in life. Therefore, chances and success are going to follow you every time of your life.
You did not crumple to the fact that your dad died and hope, and so you found a place to attach yourself to. Yeah, and that formed what eventually became your success.
Yes, and that is what you see in life. Never sit down in a room to think that something will follow you. Go out. Go out and look. Suffer. Go and build, even carry stones and do all those stuff things. Collect litters. Go and clean a toilet. But let me tell you, you will find a successful person coming and changing your life. There are only two things in life that will make you successful. It is the people you meet, that is networking, and the books you read. Yes.
All right. I know writing books and publishing them, and it costs a lot. It's not something easy that you can say I write today and tomorrow I've published. And I'm sure some of these books you self-publish them yourself. You use your money or whatever you have the capital to publish them. So where do you get this money?
Yes, publishing is not an easy job. I will not promise that it is one of those very, very easy things you might want to do in life, because publishing is in itself expensive. Whether you're doing publishing through a company or you're doing self-publishing, it is expensive no matter the way. So like my book is self-published, and the question is, where did I get the cash?
Yes.
Or at least where did I get the funding? When I knew that I wanted to write, I started doing what I'm writing. So I started planning how I'm going to achieve the end of the publication of the book. So I started doing a little savings from the little businesses and hustling I was doing around. Yes. Now in campus I was engaging in selling stationery and electronics. Yes, that is where I got most of the time my daily savings. Then from outside I do a little bit of marketing in a small scale. I'm still growing. So from my entrepreneurial engagements I got some little savings. Then, as Abdub said, we need people. So when I knew that the book was in progress, I also decided to go look for people. And I looked for and I sought assistance from several people, the family, friends, the church, and a few other people who were just well-wishers, who thought they could share my dream. And actually what happens is, after the book was out, most of the people who assisted me in funding were actually the very first people who also bought the book, to make sure that, again, if in this case I will treat authorship as a business, they were also the first sponsors of my business by buying the product. Yes, so it's basically about people and a little hustle towards achieving the goal.
Is it the same with you?
Yes, it is the same with me. And one thing is, you never fear taking risk. I took a loan from friends since I knew what I'm going for. It is a journey that I know it will give back. So I went for loans, and also my friends and who helped me, and other colleagues of mine who are in the university who also helped me, and also saved. Because as an entrepreneur, there is one factor you need to put in life. You must save for you to get to it.
So you've talked about borrowing.
Yes.
What else? Why can you save? You borrowing to sponsor your publishing. So what did you save?
Okay, as an actual amount, or
before you published it.
Yes.
Did you have some entrepreneurial experience? I mean, did you do some things together?
Yes, after Form 4, that's when I engaged myself. I was working as a as an unprofessional teacher. I did
Trained
tuition,
teacher.
I did tuitioning in at home. I also went around. I went for training about saving and entrepreneurial, and I went around to teach. So I got some amount of money that enabled me to
plus
save.
the borrowing a little
Plus
bit.
the borrowing, and it enabled me to do it.
Okay. What are your challenges as a writer? What have you gone through?
Yes, number one, as a writer, the most basic challenge is the challenge of accessing material or content to display or to put in the book. So the first challenge is, now you see, as a student, you're limited to or at least there is the possibility or the tendency of being limited to only accessing material that is available within campus. Accessing material outside, like in the National Library or the international libraries, it becomes very difficult for you to access. Number one, because of the expense. Number two, because of the distance and also availability. So that is the most basic problem or challenge that personally I had to deal with, because the kind of content I wanted to deliver or the kind of content I delivered finally was of that magnitude that it needs a lot of reading from all over and outsourcing of the intellectual property. But finally we managed. Another challenge is basically getting the right publisher, getting the right person to read, getting the right advisors for how to reach out to people, and also how to be committed. You know, writing is a discipline. It is not something you start today and decide that I'm going to write for the next 1 week, I'm just going to write about Master Your Destiny. No, it's something that takes months, days, weeks, hours, sleepless nights. So it's also a challenge to get that discipline, which is something we should all be working on. Anything you're working on, ensure that you train yourself to get that discipline to achieve. Yes.
What about you? What are some of the major challenges you felt you had as you wrote this book?
Okay, the much challenge I got is in writing, because one is remember, before us there have been more writers and writers who have come before us, and the issue is, what are you bringing new to the world? So the uniqueness of your book should be based on getting a new thing into the world, because you may be writing about success, and success stories have been written, many of them. So what is the uniqueness of your book that will grasp the mind of very many people to come and read your book? What the question is, what is the new thing that you have bought? That has been the sleepless night we have been focusing on, writing and focusing on what is new. And that will come by the time when you read even a lot of books from other writers. You get to know what they have written and what they haven't written, for you to write what is new.
Do you assess the society to look at what the gap, so that you try to fill that gap, or do you write it from, maybe, you know, sometimes you are just motivated, or you just want to write? You know, some people who just write because they feel they want. But do you respond to the need in the society, or do you just write?
Yeah, it will depend with the reason of why you're writing.
Yeah, for example, the reason why did you write My Success Mindset?
Mine is the society, and also as an individual. So the gap between the society the people are living is a disunity society. People are not united for a purpose. The leadership book is also part of it. The first chapter, you get to read about servant leadership, whereby people come, they put the needs of the people before them, and they suffer because of people. I will quote the story of Nelson Mandela. He suffered in prison 27 years because of the people of South Africa. But you'll find many leaders as per now, they will make the people suffer the 27 years and they enjoy the other years as leaders. So that is what I saw it good for us to engage in, because it is a path that we are going into in the leadership fraternity. As even as a student leader in Moi University, I also think that is the main problem in us, and that is the thing that drives us. Yes.
Okay. I'm sure there are so many critics your books you've written and people have read, people have criticized it, maybe positively or negatively. So Eugene, how do you respond to critics?
Good. Criticism is the best part of any success story. The good thing is the more the people criticize you, then you know that the more you're getting on the right track. So criticism has been, or at least my response to criticism is basically as a stepping stone or as a basis for improvement for me. If you give me positive criticism, the best thing is for me to think that I could be better than the already good I am. If it is bad criticism, then I think that your opinion might count, but I need to do more of the good than the bad.
Thank you very much. We've come to the end of tonight's show, and as Abdub and Eugene have said, success is your choice. Success is your destiny. You have a destiny in your own hands. So I want to wish you a very good night from here in studio. Until next time, catch us next week for another exciting episode of The Sentinel. Until next time, have a good night.